Hello, everybody. Can you hear me? Most importantly, can you see me? I think you can see me, but whether or not you can hear me is another matter. We're having audio issues tonight, whereby I have to wear the headset. So, hopefully you can hear me. Audio, video good. That's what we like to hear. Thank you very much, Zinny. Who have we got in? Let's see. As far back as it goes, Only Owls. I know, Brian, you were first in, but it's cut off those messages for some reason. So, Only Owls is in. Nice to see you, June. Am I the only one watching a never-ending countdown, says Brian? Yes. As I say, I was having some slight issues. Hi from Sweden. Hi, Hans. How are we doing? Graham's not at the tanning booth yet. Whatever do you mean by that? It's quite freeing, this, that I don't have a microphone here to get in the way. It's your evening from a cold and snowy Wolverhampton. It's a cold Sheffield. I haven't noticed any snow, but if it was to rain, it would snow. Does that make sense? No snow here, just Baltic. When is this starting? Now, Lebo. Sorry. Definitely having technical difficulties. Beard massive sound good. That's what we like to hear. Yeah, so I could have just kept you all going and pretended this was normal and done this. In fact, could I just... No, that's silly crap. Yeah, so my audio is normally this microphone, which is routed through a big soundboard desk thing. But do you remember in my last video, for those of you who watched it, I talked about electrocuting myself. Well, I electrocuted myself a couple of times, which tripped switches and RCDs and all that kind of stuff. And either a fuse is gone in that, or it's just fried it. But yeah, I could get no power to come on. And I just noticed 10 minutes before I started and went, oh, why is that not working? So it's not working. I don't know why it's not working. Something's happened. I might have to get the soldering iron out later, but we'll sort that out. Mickey's in. Nice to see you. Gamer Graham, yes. This is what my conference calls when I sit and do my proper job, facing this way. This is what I sit like all day. You sound like you're the pilot in a cockpit. Duh, does it sound bad? Tough. This is as good as it gets, I'm afraid. Stevie P, how we doing? My brain hurts today, so every question will be like a sports ball question. Oh, some other people get oh, what's going on with this now? Some other people have a chance then tonight. This is annoying me. Can I do this? Is that silly? Can I do this? Can you hear me? Does this work? I know it looks stupid, but can you hear me? It looks like clear space behind you. There is. I would, if they had lights on. On this side of the fish room, there are zero fish. These are the only fish on this entire side of the fish room now. All fish have been moved out of the way. In fact, I have just taken, well, 10 minutes ago, I've just taken that picture to list those tanks on Facebook Marketplace or some such thing. Because, yeah, I am creating space to start the build proper. Matt Barnett, nice to see you. Would it be what's new without some technical difficulties? I know. A headache, I'm trying to ibuprofen away. Well, I'll speak in my nice soothing dulcet tones and see if that can't be any better for you. And after I've had a few beers, I might even sing you a song. Cheers. Good evening, everyone from a cold Bolton. It is a cold Sheffield for you tonight as well. What is the status of your monster discus tank? God, you sound like a project manager. The status is it's underway. I said it would take time. I'm currently clearing space, so if you saw the last video, that was about moving some fish and doing some logistical challenges, shall we say. So, like I say, I've now cleared all fish from the entire side. I've cleared one entire rack is clear of tanks and everything, so it just needs breaking down. And this tank has one tank still full of water, but the fish have been moved, so I just need to empty that, drain that down tomorrow, move that tank, get rid of these two tanks, and then that'll be one more rack empty and ready to go. And then I'll have clear space and I'll be able to start building, assuming I win the lottery or something and can afford to buy all the things that I need to buy. But you are now looking at the UK ambassador for liquid rubber, don't you know? So I am being sponsored by the liquid rubber company, and they are sending me all the liquid rubber products that I need to do the build. So there you go. UK ambassador, don't you know? I might have just made that last bit up. They're sending me stuff. I'm now calling myself the UK ambassador. Question: if there was no technical issues, would it really be a Friday night with Great? Well, I've not had any technical issues for quite a while. So, come on. I messed up my schedule and took my cat to the vet today and just took a late nap and just woke up. Well, as long as you're here, that's all fine. Hope the cat's okay. Yes, Princess Leia, we... I don't like having my ears covered up. It annoys me. So I'm just going to look like an idiot. More of an idiot tonight than usual. Are there any medication substitutes in the UK for antibiotics available in the US? Yes. So many of the things... The only difference is things that might be more freely available in the US are prescription only over here, so you need to get it from a vet. And my experience is most vets go, huh? When you say you've got a sick fish and you want antibiotics. There are a few fish-specific vets, and there was a website that used to be able to list them out and direct you to them. But in my experience, if you go to your vet and say, look, I keep tropical fish, they've got this going on, I have done some research, and it turns out you need this, whether it's Metro or whatever it might be, and explain to them why you think that, 9 times out of 10 they'll happily prescribe it for you. So rather than substitutes, it's just a different way of getting them, I suppose. So what have we got for you tonight? We've got the first week of February. So we've got the first week of February quizzing. We'll kick off the quiz in about 15 minutes or so for the main quiz. We've got some updates on fish. You might be able to see from this tank. I mean, you can't tell, but there are 12 extra discus in this tank tonight than there are normally. I don't know where they are. There were 12. They're kind of hanging out in the shadows in the back, so hopefully they'll come out soon. I only put them in. Yeah, I only put them in this morning, and they were out this afternoon giving it the big licks back and forward, and it was fantastic looking, just full of discus. So that's what we wanted. That's what I want with the big tank. Just more of the same fish, just more of them, lots of them. Oh, Mandy's having ringworm treatment. I assume you're cats, but I'm going to... More funny for me if I imagine it's you that's got ringworm. Mandy has to have ringworm treatment for 5 weeks. Have to bath yourselves a couple of times a week. Well, I'd hope so. And we're both over it. He got the all clear today. Well done, well done. Question: have you figured out what happened to the poor bassa? I have not. No. So for those of you who don't know, as mid disasters in the last video, I found my bass dead. I don't know why. I'm doing a bit of a side eye towards the snakehead because I've never seen him show any aggression to the bass before, but today when I was trying to move him, I noticed he was chasing one of the bristlenose plecos that's in that tank around. He wasn't having a go at it, he was just chasing it around. They might have been playing, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know quite what happened. Hiya Jodie, nice to see you. Lol, liquid. What's wrong with liquid rubber, Jack? Don't you be giving that any negativity. It's all good. Who else have we got here? Boots and Cats, nice to see you. He's the ambassador to the UK, specifically Scotland, specifically his. No, I live in England, so I'm covering the whole of the UK. I think I'm the only person. I could be the world ambassador for liquid rubber in an aquarium context. Because I'm the only person that's doing it, and I'm being so stubborn and sticking by it. That is what it is. That's why the Congo tetra and knife fish are saying, "Where's my food gone?" Yeah, the knife fish is out as well. You don't normally see that. If I get out your way, you'll be able to see it a little more clearly. It's an awesome fish, that black ghost knife fish. It's put on size so quickly. Yeah, but 12 more discus in this tank, and it doesn't look like I've added one. I promise they're in there. I knew as soon as I thought this will be great for the stream tonight, you'll be able to see loads of new fish in here and new activity. Oh, there's one of them. That's one of the new ones. There's some two down there. There's some two up there. I'm sure they'll come out at time. They'll come out eventually. Fitzwater, it's Chicken Park. Nice to see you. How we doing? Yes, I'm not in Scotland. I'm just from Scotland. So that's it. I'm changing my title. I'm now Worldwide Ambassador for Liquid Rubber. They're sending me a different thing than I asked for. So I guess it was good that I reached out to them, because I was saying, I'm doing this aquarium build, I've used your products before, I'm going to use it again. Do you fancy sending me some? Please? Then, surprise, now that I've got 70,000 subscribers, they answered me a lot quicker than they did last time when they said no after about 6 months. And they got back to me and said, yeah, they've changed their lineup basically, so I don't know if you've noticed, you probably don't care, but the product that I used last time for Mega Tank no longer exists, and they've split it out into like colour sealant, waterproof sealant, and they've now got a dedicated pond one called Neo Pond or Neo Pool, something like that, which comes with a primer and then this Neo Pond product. So they're like, well, this fits, we'll launch this with you. So they're sending that out, which will be quite good. I'm looking forward to it. How is the brown beard algae? Is it mostly gone now? The black beard algae, you mean? It is completely gone. Every now and again I know what I'm talking about, and I do something. I say I'm going to do something and I do it, and it works. So yes, black beard algae completely eradicated. I can think of no other way to say it other than it's completely gone and all fixed. So a mixture of the hydrogen peroxide to give it the old knock off the majority of it, and then these flying silver foxes, they just finished off the remnants, and now yeah, we're all good. Lurking while doing water changes, says June. That's absolutely fine. So, a little bit of admin. We're going to do the quiz at past, the first quiz at least. Then we're going to have another quiz later on, the Eliminator, when we do the 10 questions, the knockout style. In between, we'll have some irreverent chat if you want to ask any questions, whether they be about fish tanks, fish tank building, or otherwise. Stick it in the chat. Let me know what you're up to this weekend. As always, the stream is mostly dedicated to answering questions from you, so whatever you ask, that's what we'll talk about. A little bit of admin. You don't have to pay to be here, but it's nice if you give us a wee like or say hello in chat. A little bit of engagement goes a long way and feeds the ever-hungry algorithm. Super chats and stuff are accepted. If you want to join as a member, that's all good. You don't have to, you just have to say hello. Let me know if you're there. If you've been lurking in the background a few times and never felt like saying hello, tonight might be the night. But first of all, while you all scrabble for your keyboards to hit that like button, which is down there, and give it a wee tickle. I'm going to copy the address for the quiz and put it into chat. There you go. You can all pile into that one. Like I say, we'll be kicking off in about 10 minutes. Question, when will you do something about the greybeard algae? I mean, I think... I'm just assuming that's a dig at my beard rather than anything to do with the fish tank. I mean, it is a little bit grey, a big bit grey. I'm kind of past the point of caring. Should I dye my beard? Would it make me look younger? Do I care? Probably not. So while we wait for the quiz, like I say, if you've got any questions, ask the questions. If you've got any things to tell me about them. But all eyes for me at the moment are focused on Megatank 2. We talked about finances a couple of weeks ago and getting things sponsored. So I have two confirmed, well, 1.5 confirmed sponsors. So I've got the liquid rubber side of things is all covered. And I've got... I looked like Catweasel. Thank you. And I've reached out to Fluval, who say they are going to help non-specifically. They haven't told me how they're going to help, and depending on what they go for, kind of depends on the way that I'm going to take the build, whether I'm going to use... My original plan was to use a sump for the filtration, but I'm thinking if I don't use a sump, I can still keep a few extra fish tanks, and if I use a couple of canister filters, big canister filters, that should do a decent job. I can maybe look into an overhead sump or some kind of internal filtration as well, because it's going to be 12 foot long. There's going to be plenty of space to hide things in there. And with bigger water volumes, I find it's easier to manage because the parameters don't swing too wildly anyway, and it's easier to take care of itself, if you like. But if I get a couple of canister filters, I can then have the big puffer tank to one side underneath the mega tank, and then the same size tank on the other side, or like 4 breeding tanks, which might be the way to go. So I'm kind of, but that depends on them giving me a couple of FX6s or something like that, which I don't know if they'll do that. So that's the plan. So I've been saving my pennies, I've been selling things, I've been listing things on Facebook. If anybody wants any plants, food, merch, by all means go and hit up aquariumadventures.co.uk and buy some stuff, because that's going to help me get there. I'm almost got to the goal where I can buy everything, bar maybe the glass. So I'm thinking I'll buy all the timber and accoutrements and start the build process, and then by the time I've finished that, I'll have enough money to buy the glass, and then I can fit the glass, and that'll be that done. I was a bit apprehensive because I thought I might have to put some fish into situations like plastic tubs and things like that, just because I couldn't find space, but I think I've kind of sorted it out. I'm fairly happy that the fish will be happy for a good few weeks. They're not in tanks that they want to live in long term, but they're big enough for them to be in for a few weeks while I make this build and give them plenty of space to make a palace for them, so they should be thankful. But yeah, I'm just not quite there in terms of finances to pay for the whole thing in one go, unless of course Fluval come through on everything and say, yeah, we'll help you out, here's all your substrate, all your heaters, all your filters, all your lights, and all that kind of stuff. That would be great if they did that, but I think it's a little bit much to ask, so we'll probably not get everything in one go. And it's the things that you don't think about really that cost the money. So yes, buying the timber, that's a big expense. Buying the glass, that's a big expense. But it's like substrate for a 12 foot long tank that you want to be a planted tank is not cheap. Lighting a 12 foot long tank is not cheap. And if you're going to do it, you want to do it right. You don't want to cobble it together too much. And I know cobbling together is kind of my middle name, but yeah, I'd like it to be good. But it's all that kind of thing, like bogwood, rocks. I know I have a lot of them now, but I don't have enough of the same sort of thing to make it look cohesive in one big 12-foot long tank. So these things take some thinking about and take some saving up for. So like I say, if you want any fish food or 3D printed algae scrapers or clocks or whatever it is, go to aquariumadventures.co.uk. Lisa says, oh, I'm now the owner of a second nano tank. I've got a little 15 litre yesterday. It has a lid, so I want it for a betta. Sounds perfect. Really good. Graham, do you split up your tank maintenance or do you do it all in one day? I don't know anymore because I've completely reshuffled the fish room, but what I used to do would be I would do jobs on different days. So I would work my way around the fish room. So one day I'd do this tank, maybe one of those tanks. The next day I'd do another tank, and I'd generally do it during the week, so rather than the weekend. So Monday to Friday I'd do most of my maintenance and most of my aquarium jobs, because I sit like this during the week on mind-numbing conference calls for the majority of the time. So I'll be scrubbing a tank or doing a water change while I'm doing a conference call and chatting away. For those of you who work with me, sometimes you come and sneak into these live streams. You may recognise that where... and what do you think, Graham, when I'm like half siphoning a tank going, what? Who? Yes. Well, of course I think the discombobulated flux capacitor should be definitely put first. And I'll have to climb down from a rack where I'm trying to fix something or whatever it is. But generally I do Monday to Friday and just work my way around. I try and get round twice, or I don't try and get round. I usually get round twice, so each tank gets touched twice a week. And when I say touch, sometimes it's like I'll do a massive water change, and sometimes it's I'll just give it a quick rinse with a sponge or an algae scraper or something like that. And even if it's just like a little tickle with an algae scraper or a top up with some water, whatever it is, I'll typically just do my conference calls. If I can be away from my computer, because sometimes you have to look at a screen of what it is, but if I can get away from the computer, I'll just stand in front of a tank like this while I'm chatting away and just be observing and having a look, because I think that's the thing that helps me catch most. I mean, I don't have that many problems, but if I'm having a problem, I'll generally catch it while I'm just sitting looking at the tank, and it makes me realise that you often don't spend enough time just looking at your tank. I think it's quite a privilege to be able to do that sometimes. We spend all this time working on these tanks and then going, that's beautiful. Right, I'll go away and do something else. So I really quite enjoy I count that as maintenance, just spending 10 minutes just staring at the tank, seeing what's going on, how are the fish interacting with each other. And so when I do have problems like with the bass dying, people will be, oh yeah, that snakehead killed it. And I'll be like, well, I've never seen it show any aggression. Yeah, I'll be doing it when you've not been looking. So, but I spend a lot of time looking at it. It's not like I just look at it for 10 minutes a day and then leave it to its own devices. Over a week, I'll spend hours and hours and hours looking at that fish tank, and I'll see what's going on. So, to answer your question, no, I don't do it all in one day. I forgot oversump leak counts as mega tank. Well, yeah, Graham has been busy. Grahamina has been busy with her red handbag and high heels. I've been selling things. So one thing I've taken to doing is that this is like my second hobby now, or my third hobby after YouTube, I suppose. Electronics. I'm taking apart like old controllers that I found around the place and selling them on eBay. I can't believe how well they go. But yeah, over the years my kids have accumulated hundreds of Xbox controllers, PlayStation controllers, and then broken them all, whether it's stick drift or something else. So I've taken to replacing bits and bobs, fixing them up, refurbishing them, and selling them on eBay. So, for instance, if you're after an Xbox Elite controller, this one is currently on eBay. It's still got like 2 days to go, and it's practically brand new, refurbished. And that will go towards Megatank. Adam, in a large community tank there are 2 pairs of electric blue Acaras. Both pairs have spawned several times and they really want to be parents. Should I auction them or keep them? I like them a lot. Well, if you like them a lot, you should keep them. Are you worried about the spawning a few times and it getting a bit violent as they compete for space? Um, so that could be a thing if that's what you're talking about. There's um, a lot to be said for in that situation where you have multiple pairs, is moving one to another tank or setting up another tank specifically as a breeding tank, so as you can let them get on with it without the stress of having to defend their territory from another fish, and that helps the other pair as well because they don't feel that they have to defend it unless it is a true community and there's lots of fish that they'll just defend themselves again. Um, but I think that last sentence says a lot. I like them a lot, so you should keep them. Whatever way works for you, you should keep them if you like them. Aquarium Adventures. Actually, if you 3D print Fluval or liquid rubber things for the tank, then they sponsor it. If you 3D print Fluval or liquid rubber things for the tank, then they sponsor it. Well, I haven't. They have sponsored it for free. I didn't have to print anything. I find the more you split stuff like water changes up, the more work it feels. Yeah, and I say that as in it's not my recommendation that you should do it the way I do it. It just works for me because I work from here. If I had to work from an office and then came home, I might want to just get it all bashed out in a winner, and I might spend a couple of hours in here. I used to do that. I'd spend a couple of hours just going around everything, and that might be a Tuesday and a Friday. But because I'm in here every day anyway, I find 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, just works for me. If I had any space, I would have already pulled them and bred them. So, fair enough. Pardon me. Dr. Anthony, Dr. Awesome, how we doing? Hi, Graham, back in hot, muggy, rainy Peru. Oh, poor you. Oh. That sounds good. It's better than freezing cold, stinky Sheffield. I have met Graham. It took him to raise his hand when he won the raffle. I don't know what you mean, Brian. Does anyone from work actually watch this? Every now and again, one of them will pop up going, hello. And I have to carefully consider what I talk about at that point. Water changes are my time of peace and tranquility, best done at 3 am. Yeah, I know a few people that do that. Not necessarily at 3 am, but it's their zen moment where they get to relax, they get a little bit of me time. I know some people who like the pardon me, I was going to say they like the jeopardy of it, but it's an ordered task. I have a thing to do. I must do this. It's going to take a set amount of time. I have to concentrate or I'll flood the place. I'm now going to do this thing. And that gives them peace because they're there, they're happy with it. So there's no right and wrong way. It's whatever works for you. Right, we are almost at that time. In fact, we're just past that time. So last chance, get into the quiz if you want to be in the quiz. I'm going to cough a bit. Hang on. I hope that did actually mute. Yeah, it did. Good. Right, we're miles behind. Slightly dying. Pardon me. So we've got 17 people who are in for the quiz. Remember, this is the first month, and February is a short month. How many weeks have we got? It's only a 4-week month. And I've not seen Juggler yet, so if you get in now, there's a chance you could win. Just to explain it for those of you who haven't played before, we play the quiz over the month. So every Friday night we'll play a quiz, and we will take. I almost did an Elon Musk there. Oh. Every Friday night we'll do the quiz, and you'll accumulate some points, and then we will add up the points you get for the month, and then at the end of the month, whoever's got the most points, what the points make, used to be a button for this, prizes. Right. Little face, little face, little face. Oh, shut it, Brian. Oh, always the right thing to say. Did we have a theme for this week? We did have a theme for this week, and it was American cuisine. Because if you remember, last week I was disgusted by the abomination that is, what was it, sausage gravy? Or breakfast gravy, you called it? I don't know. Well, it was minging, whatever it was. And other things that you do wrong on that side of the Atlantic. So, yes, it's American food. Whether I have interpreted that right or not remains to be seen. But that's your theme. So we've got some general knowledge, some sports ball questions, some American food questions, and some other things. Are we ready, everybody? I don't need to press that at all. We need to press this. And we will start the countdown, and we'll be jumping in. So if you've still got a couple of seconds to get in if you want to, play along. It's just for fun. It's just for fun. Good luck, everybody. No cheating. Question number 1. Which British new wave band's 1979 single Video Killed the Radio Star was the first ever music video aired on MTV? Or the short version of that was, who sang Video Killed the Radio Star? Was it General Public, the Stranglers, the Vapors, or the Buggles? Video killed the radio star. For those of you who... No, that didn't help anyone. In my mind and in my car. So was it General Public, the Stranglers, the Vapors, or the Buggles? 6 of you thought the Stranglers. It was not the Stranglers. Everybody knows the song, but very few people know who sang it, and it was, in fact, the Buggles. Only Owls getting that in 79 points, fast as flip. Stevie P and False Inspector sharing second place with 77 points. Laurie Carriday got that one. Susan got that one. Texas Tom got that one. Elaine got that one. Well done. Question 2. They're not all American cuisine, Lebo. There are just a sprinkling of American cuisine ones in there. Question 2. Like this one, for instance. Which of these desserts is the popular Pennsylvania Amish treat whoopie pie? Which of these desserts is whoopie pie? If I'm not mistaken, Pennsylvania is in America, so this counts as an American food question. Is it A, whatever that is? Is it B, whatever that is? Is it C and D, whatever they are? Which of these is whoopie pie? 8 people going for A. 6 for C, but it was in fact 8 people went for B, sorry, which is whoopie pie. There you go. Fun fact, whoopie pies are referred to as gobs in the Pittsburgh area. I don't know if that makes it nicer or not. Brian thought whoopie was whoopie and pie was pie. Stephen picked the one that looks like a pie slice, so it's probably wrong. Adam didn't know it was an Amish thing, but knew it was New England. They call it that because it's better than whoopie. Ah, there you go. I'm from PA, and that was not easy. You'd think an American wouldn't screw that up. I blame it on the cat. False Inspector up to first, Texas Tom second, Susan in third place. Right, question number 3. What was the name of the littlest hobo, the dog who travelled around helping people? Was it answer option A? That's a new one. We've never had an answer option A before. Is it answer option A? It wasn't. Is it B. London, C. Berlin, or D. Paris? Can't believe someone's gone and chosen answer option A. What was the name of the littlest hobo? London, Berlin, or Paris? 11 have gone for London, 6 Berlins, and 2 Parises. I hope it's not A, says Stephen. It's not A, thankfully. It is London. There's a voice keeps on calling me. Sorry, I'm not going to sing at you again tonight. Hang on. We have to pause the quiz. We have a bona fide fish question. Richard Perry, hello. Can anyone help? I have a group of gold laser Corydorus and they keep spawning, but some of the eggs keep going white and the fung. I read that differently. They keep going white and the fung up. Some are fine and hatch. To be continued. I have tried moving them, but they keep popping. And that kind of happens. So if they go white, that just means they are not being fertilized, and that will happen. Often it can be a sign of water quality or water issues. If your water's too hard, too soft, too left, too right, whatever it might be, that can do it. Or it can just be inexperienced fish that want to go egg scattering and not be fertilized properly. If you want to stop them fungusing, quite often a good way to do it is to collect the eggs as soon as you can. So I know you've talked how to keep them. I tried moving them, but they keep popping. But if you move them and then put them in a tank where you get some airflow over them and some meth blue in there, that'll stop them fungusing up. But the ones that go white, you kind of want to get rid of them anyway. But we'll pick this up after the quiz. I can hear the tune, but I don't know the words. That's... Oh, I'm thinking, what about Corydorus? No. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down, etc. Yes, it was London the dog. Shrimp keep eggs clean but eat the bad ones, seemingly. I've heard that before. I've never done it myself, but I have heard that people will keep shrimp in there to fan eggs or keep water moving over it. But I think that's what they're doing rather than the shrimp keeping them clean, especially. It's just they're fussing around them and moving water around them. So if you can get some good clean water flow over the eggs and some meth blue, which will stop them fungusing up, that's always worked for me. Question number 4. Got this quizzing and fish talk at the same time. Which sign of the zodiac is represented by a crab? Is it Capricorn, Cancer, Virgo, or Sagittarius? For those of you who have been here for a while, I'm going to retry something I found disgusting. We're doing grapefruit beer. When I first started doing weird beers, I got a grapefruit one and I almost threw up on camera. I'm trying it again. What do we think about that one? 100% of people have gone for Cancer. Boring, because that's correct. That's my sign of the zodiac, if that is a thing. False Inspector is a good 60 points in the lead, taking the early lead over Susan and June. Question number 5. What is the best-selling cookie of the 20th century in the United States? Is it Chips Ahoy, Oreo, Lorna Doone, or Fig Newtons, as I believe it's pronounced over there? Chips Ahoy, Oreo, Lorna Doone, or Fig Newtons? This counts as an American food question. we saying? Oh, 2 Chips Ahoy, 18 Oreos, nobody cares about Lorna Doone or Fig Newtons. Lorna what? Lorna Doone for sure, huge in the USA. What the fuck is this? Well, this was I took this from an American website, where apparently these are the top 4. But the answer is Oreos. Well done, everyone. Fig Newtons, what do we call them in this country? I love them. They're called... What are they called? Come on, people. I can't remember. This is just like fig... Sorry, I'm just... Fig roll? Yeah, fig rolls. We just call them fig rolls. They were one of my favourites. Them and Garibaldi's. Does that mean anything to anyone? Sorry. Just fig rolls. Yes, thanks Lisa and Brian and Rebecca. Fig disappointments. I like rubbish biscuits. Garibaldi's, fig rolls, they were my favourites. Right, question number 6. Located in the northeast region of the continent, what is the largest country in Africa? Is it Tunisia, Libya, Morocco, or Algeria? Oh, can confirm, beer with grapefruit in it is no better now than it was the last time I tried it. Yeah. Have I mentioned how much I hate history and geography? Oh, Libya is the most popular answer. It's the most wrong answer as well, because the answer is Algeria. Algeria is in fact the 10th largest country in the world, so don't say you don't ever learn anything. Stephen P got that one, as did Susan. Susan's got 6 out of 6 correct so far. Here I was convinced D could never be correct. I did go through and check that some of the answers were D this week. That was one of them. Question 7. Which of these ingredients distinguishes Manhattan-style clam chowder from its New England counterpart? Is it tomatoes, potatoes, onions, bacon? I don't know how to say them in an American accent. Tomatoes, potatoes, onions, bacon. Sorry, this is probably horrifically offensive. I mean nothing by it. Have I mentioned how much I love this quiz? Oh, thank you, Brian. Manhattan style is gross. I mean, calling any food chowder doesn't really make it sound appealing. You could call it like fillet steak chowder. You'd be like, ugh. Ugh. Anyway, 3 tomatoes, 6 potatoes, 4 onions, and 7 bacons. The answer is, in fact, tomatoes. Or tomatoes. Only 3 people got that one right. I hate tomatoes. I don't mind that. I used to hate them when I was a kid, but I'm alright now. Question number 8. What does Poland use to monitor and control water quality? 3 swans, 8 clams, 12 dolphins, or 15 test stations? chowder makes me think of chowdering, throwing up there. That's chundering. But yes, it's in the same area, and that's what it makes me think of. I'm like, oh, that doesn't sound nice. I imagine it looks a bit like that as well. Something called chowder is going to look like it's already been processed. No, thank you. What does Poland use to control its water quality? And this is quite an awesome story, really. It's not, they're not just used as like an indication of, oh, the clams. Oh, giving it away. You all thought it was mostly clams. It was clams. But they don't just use it as a, oh, the clams look unhappy, let's shut the water off. They actually like hot glue things to the clams' heads that if the clams shut, they flip a switch that turns the water off. So they say, nope, too much pollution, we're not having any of that. Can't believe all you knew about that. I thought this was something kind of amazing thing that I'd found out this week. I literally learned that this morning. Me too. Maybe we saw the same article. Is it swans and they attack people when the water quality is bad? Yes. You chunder in the thunderbox. Yes. Is it individually employed clams? It's 8 individually employed clams. They do like is it like a 3-week stint? In fact, let me see if I can show you this. A nice interlude here for some clam talk. Yeah, whatever. So that's them. They're there. And so all the water for the city runs through here, and if any of the clams shut, it like physically flicks a switch to say, no, I'm not letting any more water through. So there you go. And they've been proven to be, it's quite an interesting article. This is not the article I read, this is another one, but the newer one was talking about how it was actually faster than any test that they could deploy, where, like much like we will do water tests on our aquariums, it takes a wee while to, like, you have to shake the water, you have to read the test. So if they were doing tests like that, even with probes, it takes a while of polluted water running through before it will trigger that, whereas a clam will immediately go, shut off the water. It's just so fast. The more you know. Cheap too. Then you can eat them afterward. I didn't think they'd be in a lab like that. I thought they'd just be chilling in a river. But they literally are chilling in a river, and then they take them out of the river, put them in the lab for like 3 weeks, or I can't remember what the number is, but they put them in there for a little while and then put them back in the river, like in optimal spots. They talked about how they gave them the best lives for like a clam. It just made me laugh. Anyway, 79% of you were correct. And that does this to the scores. Stevie P moves up to 2. That doesn't rhyme and is disappointing. Question number 9. What Tex-Mex staple is named for a border restaurant maitre d' who supposedly invented the dish? Is it fajitas, chili con carne, chimichangas, or nachos? This counts as an American question, I imagine. What border restaurant maitre d'? Was it fajitas, chili con carne, chimichangas, nachos? Fajita. 2 fajitas, 4 chilies, 7 chimichangas, and only 6 nachos. Nachos it is. Well done, 6 people. In 1940, Ignacio Anya Garcia, nicknamed Nacho, a maitre d' at the Victory Club restaurant near the Texas-Mexico border, invented the now iconic Tex-Mex dish, nachos.
Slanjivar. Cheers.
Cheers. Question 10. Now we are on to the first of the gambling questions. So whatever points you've got, you can risk all or some of them If you don't risk any, you can't win any. But maybe that's a good thing. There'll be a cryptic clue. Here you go. Question number 10. Pizza provides points. So this one might rely on your pizza knowledge. Rebecca read Nando's instead of Nachos. What holiday is the most popular day for ordering pizza delivery in the United States? Is it New Year's Eve, Halloween, New Year's Day, or Super Bowl Sunday? Sunday. What is the most popular day for getting a pizza delivery? Super Bowl Sunday seems to be the most popular one, but isn't that chicken wings? The correct answer is Halloween, apparently. There you go. Oh, what's happened? Mandy's not got a question. What's happened? Oh no. Let me see if I can do anything about that. I don't see why that would have happened. I don't even see you anymore. Oh, there you go. Would you have got that one right, Mandy? I can edit your score. How many points would you have bet? You had 303. I'm going to imagine you would have bet whatever 303 minus 13 is. Now it's on the bet screen and it won't let me play. Now I'm sad. I don't know how to fix that. She'd have bet all but 13, I know. I'd have got that one right. Did you not want the number for you either? Oh. Right, let's play one, see what would have happened. If need be, I'll add on an extra 290 points for you. Let's see if it kicks in if I do this. Diddle-a-diddle-a-doo. Question 11. Go. Which of these modern bestsellers opens with a murder in Paris's famous Louvre Museum? The Kite Runner, The Lovely Bones, The Da Vinci Code, or The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo? So it's 19 people have answered, so it's worked for 19 people. Are you one of the 19, Mandy? closed down and reopened. It seems to be letting me play it. Right, I'll give you an extra 290 points just for fun. Because I trust you, and I'm like that. 18 people have gone for the Da Vinci Code. 18 people are correct. It was, of course, the Da Vinci Code. What's your name again? It's Zenny McGinger. There you go. You have been updated. Brian, I don't believe you. Question 12. What metal becomes a liquid at minus 40 degrees Celsius, which is also roughly minus 40 degrees Fahrenheit? Fahrenheit. Fahrenheit. That's actually, we should come up with it when the centigrade equals the Fahrenheit. Fahrenheit. Is it cesium, mercury, gallium, or tin? And it's roughly minus 40. I think it's like 38.9 or something like that. Cesium, mercury, gallium, or tin? 3 for cesium, 10 for mercury, 4 galliums, and 2 tins. It is, in fact, it's mercury. Why does that say gallium? I've boo-booed. It's mercury. Oh, right, I'm going to have to go through this now. So, the 4 people that got that right were Error 404, Mona Lee, Texas Tom, and False Inspector. You're all getting your points taken off you, which I will do after the fact. But if I minus 58 TT minus 65 Mona Lee minus 58, and who was the other one? Scam. It's not a scam. Error 404 is minus 55. And then I need to add in the people who got it right. This was question 12. God. I should have just kept my mouth shut and said, yeah, it's gallium, sue me. It doesn't take minus 40 for mercury to become a liquid or a lol squid. It does. A lol squid. Minus 40 is the point at which it becomes a lol squid. Minus 40 is the melting point for mercury, therefore it becomes a liquid. Right, now I need to get the 10 people who got it right. God, this is painful. Now, settings, rank, activity. So, Elaine gets 40 points. Angela gets 64. Stevie P gets 63. Rebecca gets 69. Hey, sorry. Zenny gets 63. And Salty Matt gets 55. Lebo gets 87. He was fast on that one. SJH gets 79. Gas Musk and Scat 73, 74. Gas 73, Scat 74. Right, I will add all these ones on. It's Blue Tongue all over again. No! No, I was just playing wrong. Sorry. Right, I will add these back in. As and when you play the next question, which is question 13. Unlucky for some, here we go. Go for it. Question 13. What popular ensemble sitcom features the characters Jess, Nick, Winston, and Schmidt? Right, while I do this. So, Elaine, you want an extra 40. You all thought it was New Girl. You all were right. It was indeed New Girl. That does that. Angela wants an extra 64, which would be 302, 362, 362. SP, Stevie P wants an extra 63, which would be 1165. Rebecca, Laurie Kelly Day wants an extra 69, which would be 214. I should really be knocking these off. Zenny wants an extra 63. 695 plus 60 would be 758. I'll get to the rest of you after the next question, which is question number 14. The processed pork roll native to New Jersey is commonly known as blank ham. Is it Tanner ham, Taylor ham, Trenton ham, or Thompson ham? Looks like spam. Do you have spam in America? Salty Matt gets an extra 55, which would be 94. Lebo gets an extra 87. That was a good one for you, Lebo. Which is 209. SJH gets an extra 79. 79 plus 79. 218. Gas Musk gets 199 plus 73, which is 272. And Boots and Cats. Scat gets an extra 74, which is 273. Okay. So, you all thought the answer was Trenton ham. I have no idea, but apparently it's called Taylor ham. It's not something I've ever heard of. The processed pork roll, developed in 1856 by New Jersey businessman John Taylor, was marketed and sold as Taylor's Prepared Ham. And although it is no longer branded as such, New Jersey residents commonly call all processed pork rolls Taylor ham. We're all learning things. Moving swiftly on. Question 15. What comic book superhero squad is comprised of Reed, Sue, Johnny and Ben? Is it the Fantastic Four, the Avengers, the Justice League, or the Guardians of Galaxy? He still hasn't read out the comments pointing out his error. Oh, God. I can't find anything calling out my error, unless you're talking about the minus 40 Mercury thing, in which case you're all wrong and I'm right. And I'm sticking with that. What comic book superhero squad is comprised of Reed, Sue, Johnny and Ben? Most people think it's the Fantastic Four. Because it's the Fantastic Four. Of course it is. Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic, Sue Storm, Invisible Woman, Johnny Storm, the Human Torch, and Ben Grimm, the Thing. False Inspector, $12.99, Stevie P, $12.50, Texas Tom, 900. So even if I give you an extra, I don't know, 40 points or whatever, you're still not getting there. The whole thing is, at minus 40 is when it goes from a solid to a liquid. At minus 30 it's a liquid, at minus 20 it's a liquid, at 0 it's a liquid, at 10 it's a liquid, 20, 30, etc. That's the point where it's its freezing / melting point. Nerds! Brian wants an extra 69. I think we could give you an extra 69, Brian, and be perfectly safe, so I might do that on the next question. Question 16. What does the R stand for in the internet website acronym URL? Is it radio, rank, relay, or resource? If anyone can tell me what the U and the L look for, the first person to give me the whole thing, URL, gets an extra 50 points. So far, only 3 of you know the answer, so this could be a safe 50 points. Okay, first person to give me the U gets an extra 50 points. Oh, Mandy's in there with uniform something. That is indeed it. Mandy, if you can give me the L as well, you get an extra. Tommy says link, radio link, wrong. Jonathan says location, wrong. Lebo thinks URL is Uniform Resource Coordinator. Coordinator, that famous word beginning with L. Uniform and resource is correct. Lisa thinks something relay line, wrong. Rebecca thinks uniform relay link, wrong. No, right, wrong. Lebo thinks uniform resource location, right, wrong, but almost right. Boots and Cats thinks uniform resource locator. Boots and Cats wins a prize. It is indeed uniform resource locator. Most of you thought it was relay, most of you were wrong because, as we just discussed, it was uniform resource locator, which means Gas Musk, Salty Matt, and Susan got some points on that one, but we're going to give Pussycats. I'm going to give you an extra 100 points for that one because that was good. And it doesn't matter. There you go. 373. Question 17. What NFL team punched their ticket to the third consecutive Super Bowl after defeating the Buffalo Bills in the AFC Championship on January 26th, 2025? Who's in the Super Bowl? Is it Pittsburgh Steelers, Kansas City Chiefs, Denver Broncos, or the Baltimore Ravens? I've heard it many times, and I guess all that stuck was uniform. Yeah, to be fair, I always go with Universal Resource Locator, and I'm always like, what? It's my pub quiz nemesis, because I think I always know this one. I definitely know it. Yeah, Universal Resource Locator. And then it's uniform, and I'm like, God damn you. Question 17 is an essay. I have a mix. Some are short, some are long. God, it's so critical. What do we think? Most people going for the Kansas City Chiefs. It's the Kansas City Chiefs. Well done, most people. So it's tight at the top. First and second, False Inspector on 1383 and Stevie P on 1327. We have 3 questions to go. Let's see what happens. Question number 18. Question 18. Which letter in Einstein's infamous theory of relativity represents the speed of light? Is it M, is it C, or is it E? Don't say I'm all lowbrow now. How many fish farm quizzes have questions about the theory of relativity? I'm going to go with 1. So, E equals mc squared. What does E, C, and M mean? Most people think it's the C. So it's the energy is equal to something's mass times the speed of light squared. So that means the speed of light is C. Well, top 2 both got that one right with similar times, extending your lead slightly there, False Inspector. Texas Tom missed out on that one. You can't come in now with your speed of light in a vacuum, actually, when you got the question wrong. Jack should do an all physics quiz next week. Physics was one of my favourite subjects. I quite like that. Question 9, penultimate question time. Question 19. What revered 1990s crime film follows the exploits of Vincent, Jules, Butch, and Mia? Is it The Usual Suspects, Casino, Pulp Fiction, or Goodfellas? Rebecca's head is exploding as we speak. Film question from the 90s? No such thing. I clicked wrong. Shush, I knew that one. Jed's dead, baby. Don't you mean Zed's dead? Zed's dead, baby. What is it? You think it's either The Usual Suspects or Pulp Fiction. A couple of Goodfellas, a couple of Casinos, but it is in fact Pulp Fiction. Oh, False Inspector increases his lead again. Bring in the gimp. So it's between False Inspector and Stephen P. As we go to the final question, which is a gambling question, which I hope I've done properly. Question 20. Are you ready for your cryptic clue? Fun with flags. How much do you want to bet, knowing this has got something to do with flags? Is it an easy flag question? Is it a difficult flag question? Oh. What colours make up the German flag? Red, blue and silver, black, white and red, red, orange and white, black, red and gold. I can just imagine a lot of people going, red, blue, black, white. Has it got white in it? Is it white? Is it red? Is it white? Oh, it's definitely got white in it. It's not gold, it's freaking yellow. I'll explain to you in great detail why you're wrong in a minute. Right, time's up. What do we think? Live answers. Ooh, 17 people going for black, red and gold. 2 people going for red, orange and white. The national flag of Germany, Flag Deutsch, is a tricolour consisting of 3 equal horizontal bands displaying the national colours of Germany: black, red and gold. Schwarz, Rot, Gold. Oh, wrong one. Therefore, the correct answer is black, red and gold. Let's see what that's done. Who are the winners? In third place, Texas Tom with 2,032 points. In second place, Stephen P with 2,940 points. But your winner this evening, False Inspector with 3,092 points. You can have a look and see who got what. I didn't realise it was flags until I made my wager. I was scared. Yellow is always gold. It is. Flags don't have yellow, they have gold. Thankfully an easy one. Yes. See, I'm not always about being evil. I can't believe I ended up with points. The only person who didn't get any points, M. Lebo, look at that. Sad down there with 0 points. Dear. So, we have to do some live spreadsheeting. Tommy's favourite part. Double live spreadsheeting as well, because we have to actually create the spreadsheet. So that's that one. I'll move you out of the way just now. Images, no Aquarium Adventures. Quiz. January 25. So, week. I'll show you what I'm doing. Week 1. I'll show you what I'm doing as if anyone cares. I'm deleting January's quiz. Calling it February. So 000, everyone's happy. I have to get today's scores, delete that column, that and that, take that, get rid of that, put you into week 1. There we are. In first place, False Inspector with 3,092 points. Well done, Adam. Stevie P, 2,940. Texas Tom, 2,032. Zenny, 1,490. And then M. Lebo, how did you get 920? I thought you had 0. says 0 there. Why is it giving you 920? Well, that's giving you 920. I'll have to look into this. There's two Libos. One of them has 0. Ah, that's why. Fair enough. Angela, Only Owls, SGH, and Laurie Carey Day making up your top 10.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Yes, well done everyone. So remember, all you have to do now is... Oh, big face. All you have to do is come back next week and the next 3 weeks after that, and you can win a prize that I'll eventually get around to send. In fact, talking of prizes, and talking of being obsessed with 3D prints, I know I wasn't talking about that, but I'm going to talk about it now. I tried... have I got it? Oh no, I threw it away. So I've tried this new thing where I've been making signs. So I've made like a sign for Graham's Fish Room or Aquarium Adventures Fish Room. I've made a sign for my gate, say stop coming to this gate. Anyway, I thought I'll make a sign for. I owe some prizes to Juggler. I know 2 prizes to Juggler and 1 to Stevie P. And I tried to make it was hilarious. I took a picture of it. In fact. Pardon me. So I was making a sign for Stephen. I thought, what I'll do is I'll make a nice sign for like your fish room or for a tank. And it was going to be Stevie P's Fish Room, Stephen P 2003 Aquatics. Welcome to the fish room. And I tried to take your logo. Then I couldn't make that work, so I tried to take your face. So you know on your banner it's got your face, and you're like, a nice smiling face. I thought, yeah, that'll work quite well. So I took it and I spent hours on this, photoshopping it, cutting out the background, making a nice, simple, like kind of vectorized face of your face. Where is it? And I put that on the sign, and I printed it out, and it came out, and you just look like Gollum. I thought I can't send him that; he'll think I'm being like bullying him from like across the pond. Oh, where is the picture? I might have to print that again just to show you. In fact, I might just send it to you with an apology in front of it. But I thought, would you like a nice sign for your fish room or for a fish tank? Like, like a little Stephen P Aquatics or like a YouTube button or something like that. I was going to do that as like a little special thing for your prize. So if you fancy something like that, let me know what you fancy and I'll print it off and send it to you, as well as your clock and various other things. So that's what's up for grabs, people. You can have bespoke gifts made just for you. We do have one more quiz for you tonight. I was going to say which will start about 10:30, and it is 10:30. God, it takes forever this. What's happened with Brian? What's he done now? Oh, pardon me. It says 9:20. Oh, the Emily. I think he just signed up twice. That's what happened. So we'll take the one with points and use that. I need to go and look for my dummy and teddy bear and throw them. But we might have appreciated. I might send you both, Stephen. Like a nice one that says something you wanted to say, as well as the one that says Stephen P. or it's hard for me to say that word, aquatics, and then like Gollum, but you going, my precious. I printed it off and I went, ugh! I literally went, ugh! If I can't send him that, that'd be awful. I'll take a picture of it just in case. But I don't know where the picture's gone. Sorry, that made me laugh. Anyway. That sounds fancy. It's not that fancy. It was more of a test of me where I was trying to turn pictures into 3D prints, and I'm obviously terrible at it because it did not work. Right, let's not waste any time. Let's not beat around the bush. Let's get straight in and do the Eliminator, where people can win prizes immediately within 6 to 8 business months. If you like joining with a QR code, there is said QR code. Kind of what I was thinking, Aquatic Moose. I was trying to go for some kind of pun where it might think. I imagined Stephen and his family having guests round for dinner, and someone say, "Can I use your toilet? Where's the restroom?" It's just down the hall. And then they walk past the door that says, "Stephen P's here." I go, "Well, if Stephen P's here, oh, I don't know. Which fish tank shall I go in?" Brian. I used to look forward to a Friday night. I had a giggle on a Friday, now I leave with self-loathing and brain dead. That's not my intention. You're meant to have fun. Talking of fun, for those of you who want to have fun, here is the link. Alright, Brian. Jesus. No link. It's on screen. Scan it with your phone. Or use the link I have just posted. Sorry, I jest. So this is, for those of you who are new, this is the quiz where there are 10 questions in increasing difficulty. If you make it all the way to the end, you win a prize. Eventually. Guests. Lol, guests. We turned our dining room into a fish room and the guest room into Jenna's office. No outside humans can be accommodated. I know that feeling. There you go. I'll make you some signs for your house. Do not pee here. Fish room. Do not pee here. Jenna's office. No room for outside humans on your front door. If anybody else would like a sign, I don't know, Brian's fish room or Brian's fish tank, Brian's dartboard, Brian, just get it on your forehead or something. I'm thinking of adding a bespoke 3D printing service for people, because a few people have asked me for things like spray bars, where they've said, "Oh, I hear you've got a 3D printer," and I'm like, "Yes, yes, random stranger I've never heard of. I hear you've got a 3D printer. Can you print me a spray bar for a Fluval 207?" I'm like, well, probably, but you know, is there some kind of call for that? I know it's useful for me to print things for random aquarium uses, but if you're into that kind of thing, whether it's a useful part or just like like I say, a fish room sign or a random tat. Link just takes me to YouTube. Does it? Does it? No, it doesn't. Lies. The spray bar would be a fun name for an aquarium bar, or at least the restroom. It would, wouldn't it? The spray bar, that could be like the hangout room for a Discord server or something like that. You want $50 for a 3D vase? That's what I learned how to use my 3D CAD software. I was printing vases. I can do it a lot cheaper than that, June. If you want a vase, let me know. I can send you one. And we've got 15 people in for the Eliminator. Like what Mark's Aquarium did years ago, the JBL tank. I don't know about that. I'll have to check that out. The spray bar would also be a good name for an all-male cat cafe. An all-male stinking cat cafe. Ancient Egyptian vase copy. Yeah, I even have the instructions. I can print anything. I'm dead good at this, me. He says overconfidently after 2 beers. Right, are we ready, people? Let's start the countdown. 45 seconds. Why? I need to change that. I keep copying this every week and then never changing it. Countdown timer, 45 seconds. We don't need it to be that long. Let's have 20 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. February 14th is also famously... Why is it not starting? There you go. February 14th is also famously known as Christmas Day, Valentine's Day, Good Friday, or Independence Day. Yeah, people have voted. Oh, 15 people have voted anyway. 15 have gone for Valentine's Day because it's Valentine's Day. All you people are in. 2 were eliminated. Let's see who those 2 were. I don't know. They just didn't answer. Nobody was eliminated. Lies. Question number 2. Here we go. Singles Appreciation Day. Question number 2. What country did IKEA originate from? Norway, Spain, Sweden, or New Zealand? Where's IKEA from? Oh, one's gone for Norway, 14 for Sweden. It wasn't a trick question, it was Sweden. Who did we lose there? June. Oh my goodness. Question number 3. I think this week is infinitely winnable. I think the last 2 questions might be a bit tricky. Question number 3. Where would you find the Great Barrier Reef? Albania, America, Africa, or Australia? Mandy likes IKEA because they have the meat and balls. Dirty bism. Where do you find the Great Barrier Reef? Not in Africa. In Australia. Angela. 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 It's not Africa. We've lost Angela and we've lost June. We've still got Ion, False Inspector, Brian H, Scatterlane, Lemoy. That's a nice word to say. Lemoy. Why are you on that screen? There we go. Lemoy, Era 404, Mona Lee, Zenny Ginger, Stevie P, Gas Musk, Texas Tom, and Skins Arno.
Slanjivar. Cheers.
Cheers indeed. Question number 4. On which day of the week is the Super Bowl traditionally competed? I struggled with this question because is competed a word? You compete for things, but if you compete for something in the past, have you competed for it? Competed. doesn't sound like a word. Competed? No. Competified? No. Doesn't seem like it's the right word. Okay. 11 people have gone for Sunday. One person's gone Saturday. One person's gone Thursday. We have lost Lemoy and Texas Tom because it is, of course, Sunday. Sunday, Sunday. Played. Yeah, maybe that's the word I should have used. Competed. Competed. Competified. No. Completed. No. Hang on. Competed. Yeah, it is a word. The Super Bowl is traditionally competed on a Sunday. Hence, my earlier answer in the main quiz of saying Super Bowl Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. And it's done on a Sunday because most things are closed on a Sunday, therefore they get the biggest audience possible on a Sunday. That's what they say. Or so they say. So, Ion, False Inspector, Brian H. Scat Lane, Error 404, Mona Lee, Zenny McGinger, Stevie P, Gas Musk, and Skinzarno are still in. Rachel would like us to know that she likes meatballs, just not from IKEA. Their food tastes like it comes from a nursing home. Nursing homes would be glad to have IKEA food. What day of the week do Americans play with weird-looking footballs? Yes, Sunday. Contested. Roberto, that was probably the word I was thinking of before I knew competed was a word. Contested. Well done. Thank you, Roberto. Held. That would have worked as well, Lisa. When did you competed? When did you compete? When did you compete? I competed yesterday. Who knows? Stupid language. Question number 5. Where would you find the Great Pyramid of Giza? Would it be Sudan, Egypt, Morocco, or Ireland? Where would you find the Great Pyramids of Giza? Sudan, Egypt, Morocco, or Ireland? Oh, 2 Sudans fell for my trap. There are more pyramids in Sudan than there are in the rest of the world combined, but the Great Pyramid of Giza is in Egypt. Sorry, 2 people. Mickey says, it's just down the road from me. Yeah, the Great Pyramid of Giza. It's like in between Dublin and Belfast. Who have we got left? We've got Ion, False Inspector, Scat, Error 404, Mona Lee, Zenny McGinger, Stevie P, Gas Musk, and Skinzarno. Right, this is where they start to get a little bit more difficult. Question number 6. The AFL NFL Championship game is better known as what? The Charity Shield, the Ryder Cup, the Super Bowl, or the Stanley Cup? We've got 6 Super Bowls and 3 Stanley Cups, but it is, in fact, the original name for the Super Bowl, or the proper name for the Super Bowl. American Football League and the National Football League. There you go. Now you know. There was apparently some sports commentator. In fact, we might have a random fact. Hang on. No, we don't have a random fact. There was a sports commentator that said when the two leagues found a winner, they made them play each other. This was just super. It's the most super of balls ever. And everyone went, what? Okay, we'll use that. But yes, it was the Charity Shield is proper football. Ryder Cup is golf. Super Bowl is American football, and Stanley Cup is hockey. Question number 7. Oh no, we have to see who's left. We've got Ion, False Inspector, Mona Lee, Zenny McGinger, Stevie P, and Skinzarno still in the game. I've got 6 people left after question 6. Question 7 is: from what South American country do thousands of Instagram users post selfies taken at this World Heritage Site? Where is this? Argentina, Peru, Chile, or Uruguay? It was so swell, it was super. Angela's Angels has obviously not been here before. Tricky Graham puts up a picture of the Stanley Cup. That's kind of my thing. I send you on bummers every now and again. Is it Machu Picchu? It is Machu Picchu. Where is that? It's in Peru, as everybody knew. I'm a poet and I didn't know it. Everyone's still in. Let's crack on to question number 8. Whose 1981 greatest hits album is the best-selling album of all time in the United Kingdom? Is it Queen, Led Zeppelin, The Beatles, or The Rolling Stones? Angela's getting wise to my ways. Sometimes I throw in one where the picture is the thing as well, just to keep you on your toes. Whose best-selling greatest hits album is the best-selling of all time? Queen, Led Zeppelin, The Beatles, or The Rolling Stones? You think, oh, we're losing some people. We've got 4 gone for Queen, 3 for The Beatles. Rock group Queen bookend the 10 best-selling albums of all time in the UK, with 1981's greatest hits being number 1 and 1991's greatest hits 2 are at number 10. So it's Queen was the answer, for those that were wondering. Ion, False Inspector, Mona Lee, and Zenny are all still in. We lost Stevie P and someone else. Do you all still remember Freddie Mercury's real name? Yes. Would that be a kind of magic? Going to make me sing again. Question 9. 4 people in. We're at question 9. We're ready. Who composed the iconic poem "O Captain, My Captain" in response to the assassination of President Lincoln in 1865? Was it Ralph Waldo Emerson, Henry David Thoreau, Walt Whitman, or Henry Wadsworth Longfellow? Who composed "O Captain, My Captain"? Oh, we've got a bit of a split. Let's hope it wasn't Henry Wadsworth. 2 people have gone for Ralph Waldo Emerson, 1 for Henry David Thoreau, and 1 for Walt Whitman. It was, of course, surely everyone knows this, it was Walt Whitman. Which means we have 1 person left for the final question. Come on, Ion, make yourself known. Who's Ion? Say something in chat, say hello, so we can all wish you good luck for the final question. a 25% chance of being right, but alas, the 75% won. Back to my corner. Go on with it. Go on, win it. Win it. I bet it's juggler. Ions, not for making themselves known. Ion is me. It's Chris. Okay, Chris. It's all on you for the last question. Here we go. Question number 10. What imperial family ruled Russia from 1613 to 1917, the start of the Russian Revolution? Was it the Godunov, the Petrov, the Sokolov, or the Romanov family? They've gone for Romanov, and they are correct! Ion has won the Eliminator! It has happened again! Well done, Ion. All you need to do now, Chris/Ion, is it's not Aquatic Moose because they have an ion deficiency. You've won. You have to send me your address. So let's go big face. You have to send me your address, preferably by email. Let me see if I can find it. There we go. Preferably by email. Say, hello, I'm Ion, I promise. Everyone else, don't pretend to be Ion. Let's just wait for one person. And I'll send you a thing. It might be tat, it might be fish food, it might be plants. If there's anything I sell on my website and you're like, I quite fancy one of them, let me know. I'll try and accommodate you. But yeah, just send me an email and we'll sort you out with a prize. Well done. It's been a while since we've had a winner. I think Stevie P was the last winner. Do we really need to go big face? Gutted. But well done. I did say I thought tonight it was gettable. The last two questions were a little bit tricky, but I thought it was gettable. But well done, Ion. Well done, Chris. Whoever you are, send me a thing and I'll send you some stuff. Right, we are at 22:52. Unless you're in the US. No, we still send things to the US. We just send small things to the US. If you live in the US, you get stickers and things that fit in a first class envelope. You still get stuff. You still get stuff. It's fine. I have sent stuff to the US before. I'm sure some of the people here would cough up, that's not the word I was going for, fess up that I have sent things to America. I don't like it and I moan about it constantly, but I have sent stuff across the world. Australia's the killer. I sent somebody some stickers in Australia thinking, yeah, I'll send you some stickers, that'll be no problem. £18 later. Fucking envelope. Sounds great, we'll email you shortly. No, not a problem. You have to send me an email, we'll send you some stuff. That's the rules of the Eliminator. You get something. The knife fish is going nuts tonight. He's probably upset because there's lots of extra fish in there who are going, this is my spot. No, this is my spot. This is my spot. And the knife fish just doesn't know where to go because he's like, this is my spot. But once we move them all into a 12-foot aquarium, that'll be no problem whatsoever. I even sent stuff to Sweden. Yeah, I'm like Mr. International. I send stuff all over the place. Right, last 5-10 minutes. Think of a question. I'm going to go and replenish my glass. I can do this. I can talk from wherever in the fish room. Ow. Oh, bollocks. No, we're okay. Think of a question. We're now reached the stage of proceedings where it's on you to come up with a subject to make me talk about it. or we can just all get an early night. Oh dear. Because I do have a busy weekend full of breaking down fish tanks and rackings. If anyone's in or near Sheffield and wants a rack, not the country Iraq, a rack. Oh, there's an interesting thing. These racks, so they're 6 foot by 2 foot by 6 foot ish, give or take. When I bought them, they were like 350 quid each. They now sell for 550 quid. I've got like £1,000 worth of racks here. I could sell them for half price and still almost make back what I paid for them. I can't see how that makes sense anymore. But yeah, my wife wants one of them to use in the shed, so she's getting that one. But if anybody else wants to buy one, I've listed them for like 250 quid on Facebook. But if a subscriber to the channel wants them, we can do a deal. Right, where did we get to? Sorry. 26 is unacceptable. 26 what? What are we on about? Likes. Alright. We're up to 29. I mean, it is a little bit disappointing. Look at this. Current viewers 41, max viewers 46, all-time max viewers 76. That's wrong. That must be time limited, because at one point, the reason I do this now is because I used to do it and get 100 and odd people coming to my streams. Now I get like 30 and I'm like, hey, woo. But this is much just for fun as it is for you. It's not doing it for the numbers. To be honest, I'd keep a very close eye on that knife fish, as they are finicky seemingly. I've had knife fish for many, many years, and they've never really caused a problem. The only time they've caused a problem is when I kept one with neon tetras. And to be honest, the discus were just as bad as the knife fish. The only thing I've noticed my knife fish doing that's ever been a problem, this one and the last one that I had, was they are destroyers of aquascapes. They don't care. They're like crashing about. I don't know what I'm doing. I've never really seen one with a malicious bone in its body. Suck it, Zen. Are we having a bit of a falling out? I thought we were friends. I'm glad we both get a turn to be on top of it. Okay. Bollocks is my favourite British phrase. We don't use it in the US. Don't you? Oh, it's such a universal saying. It can fit so many. It's like, this is the bollocks. This is brilliant. That's bollocks. That's rubbish. Oh bollocks. Oh no. It fits everything from the insanely positive to the insanely negative. You can use it anywhere. It's the dog's bollocks. It's never been better. What a load of bollocks. I've never heard such shit. Did you say you listed your wife for 250 quid? I may have misheard that. Yeah, I listed the rack for 250 quid, and then my wife pointed out that we paid for that. Therefore, if she wants it in her shed, she can have it. Fair enough. The all-time is only since Fish Family. Yeah, it's been a long time since I get anywhere near 100 people coming to my live streams. So, that's fair enough. I'll take 70. 100 people was during COVID. Yeah, probably. That's when I first started doing this. When people were captive and they had no other options on a Friday night other than this. Poor buggers. Now they've got all kinds of options, and I'm surprised 40 of you turn up to this. We have a word like that. What is it? COVID was very unifying. What's your American word for bollocks? trying to think what it could be. It's not just shit, is it? This is the shit. As in, this is great. This is shit. This is rubbish. We just say balls. I have to point out you're spelling bollocks incorrectly. Bollocks is Bollocks. I also love that mayor's building is the bollock. I used to talk about Grammys. Yeah, the good old days when I hated Grammys. Now I have one. Bullshit. Yeah. Yeah, the F word fits over here too. We also have the C word here, which is a lot. We're a bit freer with that than you guys seem to be. That C's brand new is like the highest compliment you can pay to someone over here. Whereas I think if you said that to American, they'd be like horrified. The 77 was during the recent wheel streams where people like to watch others suffer. I did get a good few viewers during those streams, so maybe that is true. We did well with the inflicting pain on myself. Maybe we'll bring some of that back every now and again. Bull shirt. The stream is the dog's bollocks. Oh, thank you very much, Brian. Yeah, that's a no-no word over here. I don't know why. I kind of love that word. And it's kind of funny to me that it upsets people so much when we're just like, yeah, we throw it in every now and again. So that C's brand new is like, I've seen, we used to have clients in America where some of our more authentic people, shall we say, our operations departments, and I remember them trying to be really nice to an American client, and we had a conference call with them, and he said that phrase, oh, I really like Stephen, who was the American guy, and he said, that C's brand new, which meant, that guy's great, that guy's fantastic, I love him. But that C lodged an official complaint with HR and almost got that guy fired when he was just trying to be nice to him. That's all. But it can be also a bit horrible. So I suppose it's what you say. Uh, what has Adam said? The view deleted. I don't know what he said. See you next Tuesday's part of the Scottish language. It is, yeah. You guys also throw twat around pretty freely. Yeah. I don't think there's a positive twat. Nobody's going, I love that twat. It's like, you're a twat, he's a twat, she's a twat. Never met such a massive twat. Driving especially. Oh, you complete twat, what you doing? Nah, there's no positive. Whereas you could say, oh, you cheeky, see you next Tuesday. That's like, oh. Hmm. If you could only buy one bottle of beer or booze from the supermarket tomorrow, what would it be? Also, favourite of crisps. Right. Very specifically, favourite flavour of crisps, if I had to be very specific, would be, we have a shop over here called the Co-op. It's like a kind of a supermarket. It's almost a supermarket, but it's owned by its staff, basically. But they make a salt and vinegar crisp. So Co-op salt and vinegar, it comes in a big bag. It's the saltiest, vinegariest salt and vinegar crisp I've ever had. It's fantastic. That would be my number one. After that, it's probably going to be some kind of nacho tortilla chip, like a Doritos type thing, but something along those lines. I'm kind of partial to a Pringle every now and again, but if I had too many of them, I'd go off them. So definitely I'm going to go with salt and vinegar crisps from the Co-op salt and vinegar crisps. 1 bottle of beer or booze. If it was 1 bottle of beer, I'd go for what would I go for? I'd go for Heathen by I want to say Northern Rock, but that's not right. Northern Monk, sorry. Heathen by Northern Monk would be my 1 bottle of beer. Or booze would be Jim Beam. I'm a cheap date. I like my bourbon, and I like my bourbon cheap. Jim Beam bourbon. So if anyone wants to send me any gifts, Co-op salt and vinegar crisps, Jim Beam, happy days. I emailed the link to the Vazzies to you. Okay, let's have a look. I'm sure we can do something with that, June. These are SDL, so the things that you print are called SDL files, and they will let me download them, but they'll only download them with watermarks. So I don't know what the watermarks are like. Let's have a look. I was thinking about it. So this is one of the ones you've just emailed to me. I can't see a watermark. But it's probably in there, isn't it? So I can give you it for free. I think that's what that means. I can't sell it to you. Which is a bonus for you. But yeah, anybody you know, so that'll cost me like, I don't know, £2 to print and £20 to send it to you. So if you know anybody in your local area who has a 3D printer, they'll be able to print that for cheapest chips and give it to you. But if you can't find anyone, let me know and we'll sort it out. Big face. Right, oh, we've gone 10 minutes over now. Streamlabs is a twat waffle. I like it when people say bugger off. Is that not a regular thing? If I said see you next Tuesday to someone, they would prepare for a fun Tuesday. Ah, dear. Right, we'll call it quits there. I'll thank you all for joining me. Um, I've had fun. I hope you have. I'll spend the weekend draining fish tanks, seeing if I can repair my microphone and all the good things. But I hope everyone else has a fantastic weekend themselves. Hope you have some fun things to do. All that's left to say is fuck off, you bunch of twatty cunts.
Slanjava. Cheers. Wake up! Graham, wake up!
I'm awake.